If you are like me, you have probably gotten more than one call from a company claiming to be Google, telling you they wanted to help you with your Google My Business listing, that your Google listing was going to expire and Google would remove it, or something similar. Well, those are not calls from Google. They are calls from people and businesses pretending to be Google in order to get usually some money from you for a service that they may or may not actually provide and that you may or may not actually need. In the case of the ones that call you and tell you your Google My Business listing is going to expire, um, they don't expire. Once they're there forever. Unless you do something that, like you move or the business is permanently closed or you are a really spammy sort of person and you get yourself booted. Other than that, once your business listing is there, it's always going to be there. And I just noticed this question from Kate P. back in February, who had this problem. And believe it or not, I am a Google My Business advisor and a Google AdWords partner, and I still get those calls. Sometimes I get them every day. Sometimes, it lets up for a while, which is where we're at now. But the last one I had call me was one of the ones who said that my Google business listing was going to expire. And I was like, oh, do tell. Do you know you're lying right now? And he's like, oh, I just get paid to answer the phone, dude. Just let me read this. I'm like, no, I don't want to hear it because you're lying. You're deceiving businesses. Don't you care? And he's like, I need the money. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's wonderful. So that's, I mean, if you press them a little bit, it's pretty obvious they're spammy. And, half of the time they'll admit it to you because they're just basically barely over minimum wage workers. However, Google does have some information to help you with this. If we go over to this page, if I can make it do that. There we go. Phone calls from Google. Unfortunately, not all phone calls from people claiming to be associated with Google are legitimate. Do tell. You may receive a phone call from Google to verify your business or confirm business details, or a call from a Google account manager who you've spoken to before if, for example, you're an AdWords customer. These are legitimate reasons Google will call you. Google will not robocall you. You get a call from Google, it's a real person. It's not an automated system. And Google does not charge for inclusion in Google My Business or in Google Search. Google does not offer to improve your search ranking or manage your business's online profile. Google does not ask you for password or verification code. You should never provide sensitive information about your account, like your password and verification code, to a caller. When you verify your Google My Business listing, you can do so online. They used to do more phone verification, but anymore that's really not the norm. If you receive a robocall, a call placed with a recorded voice is not from Google. The Federal Trade Commission has established a robocalls resources website, and I'll put that link down below and a link to this page so that if you are getting robocalls or other annoying calls from people claiming to be Google, you can stop them, hopefully. At least try to, at least go through the efforts. And so the links to this page and this page I will put down there in case you don't want to go to this page, then at least you have that page. And if you have more questions or you want to stay up on the latest stuff from Google, come over to the Google support community. And I'm there. I'm an advisor and a Google an AdWords expert and a Google Small Business Advisor. So I'll be definitely in those two groups, probably in the others there as well. It's a fun community. You should come over. Alrighty. Thanks for stopping by. Hope I've answered your question and given you some resources to answer your question, one of the two. And I will be back tomorrow. Thanks. Hey there. Today's question involves verifying your Google My Business listing. And the question comes from Courtney P. and says, my business is a roadside service where I come to you. Therefore, I'm not willing to put my home address in, so I just use a local highway as my address, and I need to verify by phone. What do I do? Well, unfortunately, Courtney, you cannot